right, well, hopefully there will be an NABJ unless Donald Trump blows up the damn world. The news that North Korea has produced a miniaturized nuclear warhead that can fit inside of one of its long-range missiles has ratcheted up the rhetoric between President Trump and the North Korean regime. Here's what Donald Trump said yesterday in response to a reporter asking him about this latest development.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. He has been very threatening beyond a normal statement. And as I said, they will be met with fire, fury, and frankly, power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
We have seen it before. It was a nuclear bomb dropped on Japan. North Korea said they're carefully examining a plan to attack Guam, a U.S. territory 2,700 miles north of Australia and home to several U.S. military installations. Let's go to my man right now. Of course, he is General William Kip Ward. He served as the first leader of the African Command there, four-star general. General Ward, how you doing?
Hey, good morning, Tom. I'm doing well, my friend. Thanks a lot.
General, you serve with the distinction, 4 stars, over Africa Command, leading thousands of troops. Is this the kind of language the President of the United States should be using with another country that is a nuclear power?
Let me start off by saying the fact that the rhetoric goes on is one thing. The work that's being done by our armed forces to cause our national interest to be secured and protected is consistent and constant work. And we've got a series of folks in command at the current time, to include the commander in Korea, as well as the Secretary of Defense, who are continuing to do the sorts of things that I did while on active duty, and also that I did while a young officer serving in Korea as a part of my early stages, to ensure that our defense plans as well as our deterrence plans remain in place, remain viable, to cause the actual situation that's there to remain as stable as it can be. And so that's going on, and I'm confident that those actions by those commanders and leaders are being taken to ensure a continuation of the stability that we've enjoyed and hopefully will continue down the road.
General Ward, I understand tough talk. I understand you want to send a message. But when you say fire and fury like the world has never seen, we have seen this. America has used a nuclear bomb. That is not something you lightly talk about.
Yeah, that's correct. And we have seen devastation from weapons of mass destruction to include nuclear capabilities. However, at this point in time, that rhetoric, for an example, when I was in Korea, now this 35, 40 years ago, things were being done that heightened the situation with respect to the potential. But again, when you have a reasoned approach to the work being done by the Defense Department, which is occurring now, the rhetoric is there. The rhetoric does not overshadow the actual situation that we had. And so those men and women in uniform who are there conducting their work, as well as the plans being taken from defending to deterring, still present. And the fact that you have the North Koreans, and especially Kim Jong-un, saying what he says, and then that being responded to by our side, does not automatically infer something beyond our current state.
General, you're talking, though, about the stability of the situation, and especially with our military, but over all of this is the instability of two leaders. And so how do we juxtapose or put those two things together when you have a fine military, but the men who are making this really fiery talk are the ones that are really going to be the ones behind pushing the bomb?
Well, I guess the point that I would make, the rhetoric is one thing, what's actually happening is something else. And certainly I don't understand the totality of the rationale for the type of rhetoric that's being used. But what I do say is that rhetoric does not automatically imply additional steps being taken. I've seen it before. This rhetoric is not new. Clearly, it has different tones and levels that it may have in the past, but it's not new. And so, and in that regard, the tendency or propensity to react in ways that might be different than what we would hope for it to be still is being checked because of the reality of the situation, and that's being presented in a very clear way by the military. And in the case of the North Koreans, there is a clear desire to remain in power. And the ultimate of what's being presented would certainly be something that would cause that to go away for sure. So in that regard, there's a check there as well.
General Kip Ward, always great talking with you. Thank you for serving our country. You simply only made one mistake in your life, and that is you chose to be in Omega. But we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Oh, man. Say that to
I always got to mess with General Ward, Tom.
All right, Roland, have fun in New Orleans at the NABJ. Wish I could be there with you. I got to be in Atlanta this weekend. It's time for Flashback 26.
All right, y'all take care.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh, my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no. That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.